and Friends.
With Suzy Cato.
Kia ora e hoa. Hello, my friend. Kei te pihi a koe. How are you? I'm Suzy Cato. Trevor's here too.
I am indeed. Kia ora, I'm Trevor, and now you're here, we can start this episode of Suzy and Friends in a podcast made for you and kids just like you, right across Aotearoa, New Zealand.
And because this podcast is made for you, we've packed it full of things we hope you'll love. We've got jokes and stories and games and riddles and messages from kids just like you. Like this one here from Shanti, who has a brain teaser for us. She loves the What's That Sound game, which she says is easy peasy. And she loves the riddles because she can share them at school the next day and already know the answer. Love it, Shanti. Ka pai. So, are you ready for Shanti's riddle? Okay, here we go. A cowboy rode into town on Friday. He stayed in town for 3 days and rode back out on Friday. How is this possible?
Hang on. A cowboy rode into town on Friday. He stayed in town for 3 days and rode back out on Friday.
Yes. How is that possible?
It can't be. 3 days after Friday is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. He couldn't have ridden out on Friday if he was in town for 3 days.
Unless the horse was called Friday. He rode in on Friday and rode back out on Friday.
Oh, yes, of course, you got me, Shanti. That is a great brain teaser. Thank you very much for that. If you have a brain teaser or a riddle you want to share, email suzy@suzy.co.nz and see if you can stump us. That email works for sharing jokes or stories as well.
Hey, if Shanti wants a more challenging sound in our competition with no prize, how about you? Are you guessing them really easily too? Or ask your folks to let us know, either via email, suzy@suzy.co.nz, or they can message us via our social media pages. And in the meantime, let's see how you get on with this week's sound.
Yes, it's the game where we make the noises and you do the guessing. What's that sound?
Oh, I love that sound. Can you guess it? Well, keep thinking about it and we'll play it again for you throughout Suzy and Friends.
We'll also tell you what it is at the end of the podcast so you can see if you've won the game with no prize. What's that sound? Okay, it is joke time now, and Suzy got to take the Suzy and Friends microphone out this time to record some jokes. These are the pick of this week's jokes, and they are from Isabella, Tasman, and Ollie. Away you go, Suzy.
Hi, Isabella. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. How old are you?
I'm 11.
Now, you've got a joke for us, haven't you?
Yeah.
Away you go.
What's brown and sticky?
Oh, I don't know. What's brown and sticky, Bella?
A stick.
Oh, it is too. Phew. You got a joke for us?
Oh, why was 6 scared of 7?
I don't know, Tasman. Why was 6 scared of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. Ah! How old are you, Ollie?
9.
Hey, have you got a joke for us?
Yeah.
Toru wha.
How does the moon man cut his hair?
How does the moon man cut his hair? I don't know. How does a moon man cut his hair?
He clips it. This is Suzy and Friends with my friend and your friend, Suzy Cato.
I'm loving all the jokes we're sharing on Suzy and Friends in a podcast. How about you? Though Isabella's joke did catch me by surprise. So I thought this week our...
Fun facts.
should be about something sticky. Glue. Fun fact 1. The very first glues in the world were made of natural products like casein from milk and sap from trees and egg whites. But the very first glue to be created by a company and sold in shops was apparently made from frozen fish. Fun fact 2. Glue is used on so many of the things around us, from books and shoes and furniture to cars, buildings and planes. Fun fact 3. As can be the case with a lot of experiments in science, at least 2 popular types of glue were made by accident. When Dr. Harry Hoover tried to make a clear plastic, he accidentally made super glue, and he threw the recipe away because he wanted clear plastic, not super strong glue. And Spencer Silver created the removable adhesive for Post-it notes when he was trying to make a super strong glue. Dr. Harry Hoover had to do lots of experiments a few years later to try and make superglue again, and it was someone else that thought Spencer Silver's removable glue was really useful, and now Post-it notes are stuck to things in homes and schools and businesses all around the world. And that's Fun Facts for today.
Very good. Lots of interesting facts there, Suzy. It's a shame that Harry and Spencer didn't stick with their first experiments. If they'd stuck it out, they wouldn't have found themselves in a sticky situation.
Uh-oh, quick, let's change the subject. I think Trevor is getting stuck on sticky jokes. I know. Coming up, we have kids just like you, Chloe, Devon, Shania, Sarah and Nina, popping in for a kōrero. We'll find something new for Cool to Kōrero too. But first, here's Brian and Bobby with a story about how wearing bright colours can be a great thing to do to help you keep safe.
Hey Bobby, you ready to go for a scooter ride after today's show?
Oh, I so am, Constable Brian. But I can't believe that you're wearing that colour. I mean, I don't mean like for it to sound horrible, Constable Brian, but you look like a bright coloured version of Shrek.
Well then, Bobby, I've got it just right then.
Just right. Constable Brian, have you looked in the mirror? You could be a beacon at the airport.
Okay, Bobby, so maybe it's a little over the top, but it means that I'm safer than most people out on the road.
Safe?
Bobby, the reason I'm wearing brightly coloured clothing is it makes me easier to be seen when I'm out near the road or on a bad weather day like today. And if I put on my helmet too...
Oh, like you always should when you're on the scooter.
Exactly, Bobby. And ta-da, I'm all sorted.
What the, Constable Brian? An orange helmet or the bright green rain jacket?
Here, Bobby, let's do an experiment, eh? I'm back in a second.
Okay, Constable Brian, what are we doing?
Here, Suzy, can you put this on, please?
Oh, okay.
See, Bobby?
All I see is your jacket, and then Suzy standing there in a black jacket.
Let's go outside for a second then, Suzy.
But it's raining outside.
You'll be right, Suzy. Bobby, I will ring you when we're outside. Got it?
Okie dokie.
Here goes. Come on, Suzy.
Oh, fancy going out on the rain today. Hey, what's that noise? Oh, anyway, I suppose I'd better get a few towels out for them. Oh, there's that noise again. Oh, my bad. It was the phone. Hello?
Bobby, it's me, Constable Brian, outside with Suzy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you look out the window, Bobby, you'll see that Suzy and I are halfway down the street.
Yep, I can see you. You're on the raincoat. But where's Suzy?
Right beside me, Bobby, and that's my point. The brighter the colour, the better you can be seen.
Oh, I get you.
Hang on, Bobby, we'll come back inside.
Oh, what a trooper Constable Brian and Suzy are. I mean, doing that so I can see how bright colours mean you can be seen. Oh, which means...
all the more safer you are. So when you ride a bike or a scooter or you're playing where people need to see you, make sure you wear a bright colour. A little like the road workers do with their bright vests, Bob.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Hey, Thove, you've been very quiet. What's wrong?
Just trying to keep warm. It's very cold outside.
Oh, that's easy peasy. I, Bobby the Wonder Dog, will come and give you a cuddle.
Hey guys, think smart.
Oh, stay safe.
And keep your cool.
This is Suzy and Friends.
With Suzy Cato.
Thank you, Senior Constable Brian Ward and Trainee Police Dog Bobby. Now, their TV program was on TV ages ago, probably when your folks were about your age. Why don't you ask if they remember watching any of the Brian and Bobby episodes and see if you're allowed to watch some. Now, Brian and Bobby episodes are available now on our YouTube channel. There's a link to our channel on our website, suzy.co.nz.
We've got episodes of Brian and Bobby and Suzy's World going up every month, along with weekly stories in Suzy's Book Corner and loads of crafts and games and things for you to do there already. It's great for the school holidays or the weekends. Maybe chat to your whānau and see if you can have a look at our YouTube channel.
And in the meantime, you can have another listen to this week's competition with no prize. What's that sound?
It works really well with the sound in last week's podcast. Do you remember what that was? Go and have a listen after this podcast.
And we'll play it one more time at the end of the podcast, and then we'll give you the answer so you can see if you haven't won a prize in our game with no prize. What's that sound? Hey, Suzy.
Yes, Trevor?
Why did the man throw a clock out the window?
I don't know. Why did the man throw a clock out of the window?
He wanted to see time fly. Oh, and why did the woman throw a pound of butter out the window?
I don't know. Why did the woman throw a pound of butter out of the window?
She wanted to see a butterfly. And what book is Nina talking about today?
I don't know. Something to do with flies?
No, nothing to do with flies. No, Nina recently read the book Out in the Moana and she wants to tell us all about it. So here she is.
Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm 10. And today I will be reviewing the book Out in the Moana by Yvonne Morrison and illustrated by Jenny Cooper. This book is about sea animals teaching their babies new skills. I really enjoyed the story because I loved how they drew the sea animals. I love this picture of the jellyfish because I love how they made it glow and it's in a blue tone. It looks like an ocean. I like the sea lion because I love how it's interacting with its sea pup and swimming around. And there's also a lot of rhymes in the story, and for example right here, out in the Moana in the calm flat sea lives a father blue penguin and his little penguins 3. Fish, said the father. We fish, said the 3. So they fished for their dinner in the calm flat sea. I think kids would like the book because the illustrations and the fact that there's a lot of rhyming words, it will be really fun for kids to read. There's also something special in this book. So at the back, there's a lot of facts about all the animals in this book, like how many babies they lay, and really fun facts. My name is Nina, and this was my review of Out in the Moana by Yvonne Morrison and Jenny Cooper. I hope you get a chance to read the book. See you later.
Kia ora, Nina. Thank you for telling us all about Yvonne Morrison's book Out in the Moana. The illustrations by Jenny Cooper are beautiful. The water in the pictures looks so warm and inviting. It makes me wish it was summer again already.
Yes, but it is wintertime at the moment, so we need to wrap up warm, especially when we're outside. When you're cold, Do you tell your folks, "Hey, Mum, Dad, I'm a bit cold"? Well, do you know how to say "I'm cold" in Te Reo Māori? Well, we thought this might be a handy thing to learn for this week's Cool Te Kōrero.
Yeah, I'm cold. He makariri ahau. I'm cold. He makariri ahau. Can you say that with me? We'll do it in 2 parts. He makariri ahau. He makariri ahau. And all together? He makariri ahau. I'm cold.
He makariri ahau. Well, I'm not actually that cold at the moment, but that's a handy phrase to remember. In summer, we will need to learn something like I'm hot and maybe I'm warm for spring and autumn. There's always so much to learn, isn't there?
Reading is a great way to learn, and there are some really helpful books to help you learn another language, like Te Reo Māori. Do you like reading? I love reading. Chloe, Devon, Shania and Sarah love reading too. And Trevor asked them the other day what makes a good story. This is what they had to say.
Hi, what's your name?
Chloe,
Chloe, how old are you?
I'm 12.
What do you think makes a good story?
Action and romance.
Action and romance. Good answer. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Devon.
Devon, how old are you?
I'm 10 next month.
What makes a good story, do you think?
I think it's about how you get pictures in your head about it and like battles and stuff, and it's just how you feel about it.
Hi, what's your name?
Shania.
How old are you?
12.
What do you think makes a good story?
When it has a message in it and about the characters.
Hi, what's your name?
Sarah,
Sarah, how old are you?
9.
What do you think makes a good book or a good story?
About like when the writer can tell you something that, like a story that's been from the past and coming back again, would be a pretty good story.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Some interesting ideas there about what makes a good book or a good story. Chloe likes action and romance. How about you? Do you like a story that's funny maybe? Or that you learn something from, or that has a good message? Hey, who was it that said that they liked a story that encouraged you to use your imagination to picture what's going on? Was it Devon?
Yep, it was Devon. Yeah, Devon mentioned about getting pictures in your head about what's going on. I love it when chapter books or novels do that. And sounds can do that too. Speaking of sounds, does the sound in this week's competition without a prize conjure up any pictures in your mind?
Let's have a listen and see. When you hear that sound, what picture appears in your mind? Do you picture a sandy beach, the sun shining, the sand is warm, and the waves are washing up on the beach? That's the picture I get.
Yep, me too. Because this week's What's That Sound is waves on a beach. Okay? What a great picture to have in your mind, maybe on a blustery winter's day. Okay, if you guessed correctly that it was waves on a beach, give yourself a pat on the back and say, I won the competition with no prize. It's the best competition, really, because, well, if you didn't guess it, you really didn't miss out on winning anything, did you? Because, there's no prize. And we'll have another chance for you to have a go at What's That Sound next week.
Yes, it's that time of the podcast. Time to say our thank yous and then our farewells. So a huge thanks to our kids just like you, Isabella, Tasman and Ollie, who shared their jokes, and Chloe, Devon, Shania and Sarah, who talked about what makes a good book, and Nina, who talked about a good book out in the Moana.
Thanks, Brian and Bobby, for reminding us to wear bright colours when we're out and about. It's a really simple way to keep ourselves safe, especially on a grey, rainy day.
Thank you, Shanti, for the brain teaser.
Thank you to our friends at New Zealand On Air.
And a big thank you to the team at RNZ, especially Brianna, Jamie, Phil, Tim, and Duncan. Oh, and our extra large thank you with a hug on top goes to you for joining us today, e hoa. We hope you're enjoying the podcast as much as we're enjoying making it. Maybe email us and let us know. Let us know what you're really enjoying and what you want more of.
And we'll have more jokes, stories, and kids just like you sharing their thoughts about interesting things next week. Until then, have a great week, and we'll talk to you then.
Kia pai tōra. Have a good day. Ka kite. Goodbye, my friend.
This is Suzy and Friends
with Suzy Cato.